thing I want to discuss, because we're getting to that time of the year when nights out become aplenty. I just want to cover off some wild nights out. So I remember me and Pola here, we was out in, where was it, Berlin?
oh, here we go, yeah.
So he was out in Berlin, and we were having a few drinks, and we got bored of the group of individuals that we were with. So we went on kind of a side quest. And I remember we meet these two dudes. One was a white guy, one was an Asian guy, and we named them Harold and Kumar. They were young.
Well,
They were
as you
young
do.
as well.
So
Not
we
young, but they was
adopted them,
legal
right?
age
We named them Harold and Kumar.
Where were they from? Were they German?
One was American,
Well, one English, or did he have an England shirt on?
and one was something else. What? Oh, fuck knows.
He had an England shirt on,
Yeah.
didn't
And then, so we adopted them and we took them out. And I remember we got them fucked up.
he? Like Long Island iced teas, isn't that little
Long Island iced
bar?
teas.
Well, it wasn't even a bar, it was a restaurant.
We ended up going to some weird restaurant and we stumbled across this guy who was head to toe in tattoos. And they were like...
And piercings.
They were like slash tattoos, so they're just like lines. And I remember going up to him and he was smoking some weed. I don't know what he was fucking smoking.
He was smoking some sort of substance, we don't know what
So
it was.
I remember going up to him and going, "How you doing, man? Like, what's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah, good." And we were pretty fucked up. I was like, "Dude,
So that's fine.
let me have some of what you're smoking." He was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah."
What was he smoking? Crack?
Thinking
Don't
I was
know.
the big I am.
I actually still don't know to this
So
day.
we had a couple of totes, and it was some fucked up shit because I don't know what happened. We just got in a bit of a pickle, and then
Well, I threw up all over the restaurant, didn't I?
you flew up all over the floor, and then I remember going to him saying, "Dude, why have you got so many tattoos?" And he was like, "These tattoos replace all the scars that I've got from cutting myself." And I was like, "Whoa,
Really?
really dark place." So we
Wow.
smoked his crack or whatever it was. We got fucked up. He puked all over the floor. We left. We went on some weird side quest around Berlin,
I remember being on some sort of underground service.
and we didn't pay for it. We just like ran on the underground. And just, I don't know what happened because I don't remember paying for it. Maybe we did, but I don't remember doing it. We ended up running away from them, and we ended up back at the hotel, and we got pizza. We were throwing pizza out the window.
No, you've left a bit out. We were standing in our pants, frisbeeing slices of pizza out the window to different, like
Yes.
trying to hit different windows in this. I don't even know what this place was. It was a hotel or some sort of hostel vibe. I don't know what it was.
And then I remember the woman was like a proper manly woman, wasn't she?
Was it a woman? I actually thought it was a geezer.
Was it a fella?
Either way, it's hard to know, but it definitely weren't a feminine woman.
And then she came up and she was like, "Oi, if you carry on doing it, I'm going to throw you out." And I was like, "Don't just barge in. We could have been fucking. You can't just come in like that." That was a wild...
What?
I-
She was the worker?
Yeah. I don't know how she knew it
She's
was
like
our
a night
window.
watch person. I don't know if it was a man or woman.
No, that was good.
But how did she know, or how did they know that we
was
were
she?
throwing the pizza? Because there was millions of windows. Like how they narrowed it down so quick.
And I remember we were trying to go to Bergwijn or Berghaus, whatever it's called.
Bergheim or Bergheim.
Berghain.
That club.
That club. But we weren't naked enough. Like, you need to dress up in some weird manner to be able to get in.
That's where it's like you can't have no phones, no nothing can
Yeah.
get in there, and like you've got to dress proper strange, but like with fuck all on really.
And then I remember someone telling us that there's no rules in the club. As long as it's consensual, anything goes down.
Yeah, I'm not too sure
Hey.
about that.
Ain't that the one who's got a massive bouncer?
Yeah, out of John Wick.
John Wick, that's the film. Yeah, I was trying to think of who it was.
That was good that night. The reason why I've chose that night, because there's other nights that we probably can't talk about on air, but...
Yeah.
You
What
know.
were crazy things?
What about you?
Yeah, what's your most wild night?
I remember at uni years ago. I got itch. Let me just attack that itch. I remember in our student union, they used to host whatever club nights. There was one night where the queue was massive, huge, and couple of the boys were in the student union already. So they kicked open the fire exit, and there was probably about 3 or 4 of us who scattered in. So we was doing our thing. We eventually got caught by the bouncers. The bouncers kicked us out, but I think the bouncer wanted to take our details to ban us. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. So I started jogging off away from the bouncer. Before I knew it, there were 3 or 4 police officers chasing me. So I was jogging off. The bouncer must have said to the police officers, "Stop him." And I looked around. The police officers are coming towards me, and for whatever reason, fight or flight, I just dashed. I was gone. So I looked behind, and there's about 4 or 5 police officers chasing me. Literally, promise you, it only lasted for about 10 seconds. I was gone, but I had 4 or 5 police officers chasing me one time. It was carnage. It was carnage, and I shouldn't have ran. I didn't do anything wrong, really. But yeah, that's I don't know if that's wild, but having 4 or 5 police officers chasing you is quite a sight. To be
Speaking
honest.
of bouncers, right? I remember one time we was out in a place in London, and we obviously got too drunk, and the bouncer was kindly asking us to leave. And I remember we were like, "Fuck it, let's call some madness."
Start arguing and shit.
So we started arguing, but before we were just about to escalate the argument, we looked at each other and we was like, "Actually, we want to come back here again." So we stopped, went up to the bouncer, we shook his hand, said thank you very much, and left.
Full on argument to like lightness, like immediately, and then we shook his hand and left. Peaceful, so we could come back in for another day. So I thought,
What was you arguing about?
He just wanted us to leave because we were drunk, so we were playing up, and then we didn't want to leave. And
to be fair, he had every right to ask us to leave because we do get drunk and we do play up.
Where is this? In central London?
yeah, the problem is
Yeah.
though, when you go out and you got happy hour, before you know it, you've done like 15 Long Islands, and you're in a pickle.
Yeah.
And also, some people that we're with don't drink their Long Islands and they get put onto our table, so we think we haven't drunk our drink and then we end up drinking more.
Yeah, and we get excited.
And we get excited because we're only allowed that once a quarter.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those nights with carnage. And it was one time we was out with someone, and he'd fairly recently split up with his girlfriend, and he was talking to this woman. I remember him talking to this woman, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you'd really like my daughter." So she FaceTimed the daughter, and I remember going up and saying, "Yeah, he he caught his missus getting fucked in the ass by Jerome."
What?
And she was like, "What?" I said, yeah. Jerome's moved in and is watching his TV. And then the daughter like just put the phone down. And he was like, "Oh, mate, you fucked it up for me." I remember that. That was good
Cock-blocked
times. Massively cop-blocked. Any other wild nights?
Hmm?
Any other wild nights?
No, I live a boring life. Zero wild nights. Not at all.
Wild nights are crazy, man. I remember we've had some absolute stonkers that we'll have to go through another day and another time.
We had some good ones. What about Cop DM in Croatia? That was good.
That was good.
Hmm?
Yeah, we went to there's like a club on an island, and I remember we got there and we was with someone else, and for some reason folk from London are just a little bit more rowdy, aren't they? So we got on this little boat and he's banging the top of the boat, and what's he singing? We're all
on the Yellow Submarine.
yeah, we're all on, and it just turned into
that.
a massive rave on the boat. We got over and we just took over the place. It was wild.
Taking Grey Goose through the eye.
Yeah, and we were probably the oldest there by about 10 years, but even still, that was a
Yeah,
wild night out.
the boat thing was weird because it's all good getting the boat over there at the start of the night, but getting the boat back when everyone's drunk, tired, just crazy, like, you can easily fall in and just drown.
And it's pitch black. If someone fell in, like, you could easily fall in and no one ever see it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
But we all live to tell the tale.
Exactly.
There was no did we wear life jackets?
No.
Hey, we was packed on the boat like we didn't have
Yeah,
seats.
Yeah, mate.
No, not at all.
It's like we just come over from France.
Fair enough.